And that's my Italian rant for the night. A new hitter, Russell Dixon, a new hitter for the Legends. As Dixon steps to the plate, the left-handed hitter versus the new pitcher.
Batting for the Legends, number 41, Russell Dixon.
New pitcher Daniel Otero. Otero played last night, 6'3", 205, 23-year-old. 0-1 pitch, outside for a ball, 1-1. Otero got the save, and I to go. The pitch, swung on, belted back, foul, and Dixon looks at 1-2 now. Bumgarner in line for the win tonight. 18 years old, born in '89. 1-1, slapped into center field. Jordan underneath it makes the grab, and the Legends down to their final out. Here as Russ Dixon flies out to the center fielder. So final out for the Legends here, down 5-3. Game 2 of a 4-game set versus the Augusta GreenJackets. A 1-1 pitch to Eric Taylor, outside corner, in there for a called strike. Slapped into left field. This one going towards the Georgetown billboard. And Taylor will round first and stay there, but the Legends at least have a base runner here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. So a base knock for Eric Taylor, who came into the game hitting .240, lowered his average below 200 before he singled in the 7th, and now a single in the 9th. Gives Taylor a 2-for-4 day. And that brings up Ronnie Ramirez. Ronnie doubled. He grounded out to the second baseman. He struck out in the 7th. First pitch swinging by Ramirez. And now 0-1 to Ronnie Ramirez. Things getting a little tight. Fouled back 0-2, and quickly Ramirez down 0-2. Runner from first leads Taylor. The 0-2 pitch from Otero. Curveball low and away, ball 1. Fans getting a little rowdy here. The 1-2 pitch into the hole at short. Backhanded by the shortstop. Not going to be able to make the play. And the Legends have runners at first and second, and the winning run at the plate. Nick Moresi goes yard here. And I will celebrate. Not getting naked. I guaranteed that a couple nights ago, and I nearly had to do it. So Nick Moresi steps to the plate. Moresi tonight 0-for-3 tonight. He grounded out to the first baseman. He reached on an error in the 5th, and he struck out. So runners on first and second. Taylor from second, Ramirez from first. First pitch to Moresi, swung on and missed. And Moresi quickly down 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, outside corner misses, 1-1. Nick Moresi hitting .154. He hit a grand slam in the first game of 2008. Legends were down 4-0 in the top half of the 7th with no outs. A grand slam tied it up. Legends would eventually lose in extra innings. 1-1 pitch, outside corner misses, and Otero now looks at 2-1. The 2-1 swung on and missed. So deuces are wild here for Nick Moresi. 2 outs here, bottom of the 9th. Legends trail 5-3. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Otero ends the threat here in the 9th. So the Legends lose this one 5-3. We'll be back with the Major League Scoreboard presented to you by Budweiser, by the fine folks over at WLXG and Caleb. Also have the post-game show at the Maker's Mark Club. We'll talk to you soon.
And he'll face the number 3 hitter in the Rome lineup, Jason Heyward, to lead it off in the top of the 6th. And this guy is a real prospect. 329 hitter, 8 homers, 43 RBIs. He was a first-round draft choice of the Braves, the 14th pick overall in the 2007 free agent draft. Baseball America is the second best prospect in the Braves organization.
Jason Heyward.
Heyward 6'4" and 220 out of McDonough, Georgia. The pitch to the left-handed batter is low, ball 1. Ball, no strikes to Heyward. Will be followed by Freeman and then Johnson as we go through the middle of the Rome lineup in the top of the 6th. In a 1-1 ball game. Lexington with a single run in the bottom of the 4th. Driven in on a double by Pellegrini. Rome came back with a run in the top of the 5th. The line by the right-hander Pardo, and the pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's the count on Jason Heyward. 263 over his last 10 games, 10 for 36. The pitch to him is low. And now Pardo is behind 3 balls and a strike to Heyward. They list him at 6'4" and 220. He's got kind of a slender build for the 220 pounds, which makes you think there's a lot of strength in there. There's the pitch. Strike called. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Power indicated with the 8 home runs. And the 3-2, a bouncing ball towards short. Everett charges, picks it up and throws. Safe. He beat it out. So Heyward with good speed beats out the infield hit, and that's the way the 6th inning starts. And again, the Braves have the leadoff hitter on. The left-handed hitter took a big swing, but then grounded one slowly towards short. Everett was on it quickly, charged the ball hard, and made a good throw to first.
Everett having a charge on that ball. He had it in his hand. He looked to second. And then his attempted throw to first got out of his hand to glove. And now runners at first and second for the lefty Heyward. Heyward grounded out to the second baseman Craig Corrado on his first at bat as the Rome Braves went in order 1-2-3. Lexington allowing 2 runners to cross home in the second. That's where we stand 2-0. But Heyward to the batter's box. The lefty with a runner off of first and second now and nobody out. First pitch from Lindhart on its way. This is low and away. Ball 1. Baseball America, by the way, currently ranks Laporte as the top prospect in Cleveland's farm system. On the outfield slugger, also a member of the 05 USA Baseball National Team. And one of the team's 3 hits and a 3-0 loss to the World Team during Sunday's XM All-Star Futures game at Yankee Stadium. 1 pitch misses out, 1-0 pitch down Main Street, 1-1. The count moves even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed as Lindhart gets him with an off-speed pitch that moves away from Heyward. The count now moves to 1-2. So this is an important at-bat. Heyward will be followed by Frederick Freeman, who singled and scored the first run of the game. Quickly be followed by Fisher, who was runner behind him. The 1-2 here from Lindhart. This is low and away. Sapp digs it out. A couple of the guys on the team. John Gall out of Stanford, California. Nobody that's currently playing in the Sally. Colby Rasmus, he left-handed outfielder from Columbus, Georgia, part of the team. He played, but has been since moved up. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to the lefty Heyward. 2-2 on its way. Chopper towards second. Slow roller. It's going to be a tough play for Fixer. Handles it. Has only 1 play, and that's to hold it. An infield hit for Heyward. And now runners everywhere as the bases are now loaded.
Batting with the bases loaded for the Rome Braves.
Frederick Freeman.
First baseman, number 16, Frederick Freeman.
Tough play for Fixler. It's a slow roller anyways.
So Fedorovich is thrown out by Rosario at third. And there's one down with a runner at second. Anthony Rizzo is the batter, a .270 hitter. We talked with Brian Pellegrini earlier this week about getting some steady duty at first base, and one of the jobs of the first baseman is to help the infielders out by scooping the low throws and saving the out, and he did just that time on the throw from Rosario at third. The first pitch is outside, ball one to Rizzo. 1 ball, no strikes. Greenville with a runner at second. Millman led it off with a base hit. And Fedorovich grounded out to third with Millman going to second. Dalowitz off the stretch and the pitch. That one misses the outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes. Two and nothing to Rizzo. Dalowitz sets and looks at the runner at second. Here's the pitch, and there's a drive into right field. Going back is Subtle. He will watch that one go, and it is out of here, a home run. So Greenville strikes quickly in the first. A single by Mailman, and 1 out later, Rizzo sends one over the wall in right center. And the Greenville Drive have taken a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning.
Now batting for Greenville, number 33, Ryan LaVarnley.
So 2 runners in scoring position for the Drive now with 2 outs. Here's Rizzo. He gave it a ride over the right field wall in the first inning. His 7th home run of the year. He bats now with 2 outs in the second. Pitch by Dalowitz, curveball. It breaks outside. Good break on that curveball from Dalowitz, but missed the strike zone in the eye of Jay Pierce, the plate umpire. 3-0 Greenville, threatening to get more, but 2 are out. Here's the pitch by Dalowitz. That one misses high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Rizzo 7 home runs now, 28 RBIs. 2-0 the count. They do have a base open, so Dalowitz, if he wants to, can be careful with Rizzo. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. He went after him on that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. LaVarnway would be next. Rizzo homered his first time. Outfield straight away for him. Dalowitz to the stretch. Runners lead away from second and third. Here's the pitch. There's a bouncing ball foul back toward the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rizzo. Dalowitz has walked 1, struck out 1. In an inning and 2/3. Is the score. Greenville on top in the top of the second. Pitch by Dalowitz. There's a line drive into right field. Subtle coming over. Can't get it. It's going to go to the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Here's Rizzo on the way to second. The throw there, and he is safe sliding. So Rizzo, a double, drives home 2 more. He hit a 2-run homer in the first. Now a 2-run double in the second. So he's already had 2 hits and 4 RBIs, and the game's not even 2 innings old yet. 5 runs on 5 hits now for Greenville.
Now batting for Greenville, number 33.
As Dalowitz is having tough going tonight. And that's not the way it's been for him in this 2009 season.
Keith Elkins.
Good evening, everyone. A beautiful evening for baseball here at Applebee's Park in Lexington. Welcome to another broadcast of Lexington Legends baseball. Tonight, the Legends resume their series with the Lake County Captains. Game 3 of the 4-game series will be played tonight. The 2 teams split a doubleheader last night after being rained out the night before last. The Legends won the opener last night 2-1. The Captains came back to take the second game by a score of 3-2. A pair of right-handers tonight going on the mound for the Captains. It's Danny Salazar, right-hander with a mark of 2-3, and for Lexington, Kyle Greenwald will do the pitching. He is 7-9 on the season.
Tomorrow's stars today. The Legends Radio Network with Lexington Legends Baseball.
Heading out to center field with Jay Austin.
Just about set to go in this one as the Legends and the Lake County captains get together here at Applebee's Park. Starting pitchers for tonight's ball game, Danny Salazar, a right-hander for the captains, 6-footer, 180 pounds. He's from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, and he is 2-3 on the year with an ERA of 4.97. He has started 13 games, pitched 63 in the third innings, given up 77 hits, 42 runs, 35 of them earned. He's given up 7 home runs, 18 bases on balls, and 41 strikeouts. Legends come up for their first swings against right-hander Danny Salazar. Salazar in his last outing. No decision against Greenville. He pitched 4 1/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs. Gave up a couple of home runs, 4 bases on balls, and 4 strikeouts. He'll face Jay Austin to lead it off for the Legends in the bottom half of the first inning. Austin shows bunt, drops one down toward third. DeGeorge up with it, fires to first in time. Good play by DeGeorge, the Lake County third baseman. Throws out Austin. Had to make a clean pickup on that one to get Austin. He did and made a good throw. And there's one down.
Chris Jackson.
Here is Chris Jackson now. Jackson came up with the game winner in the first game last night. A single through the right side of the infield. Happened in the bottom of the 8th. An extra inning last night as we played 2 7-inning games, the doubleheader, as a result of the rain out the night before. First pitch to Jackson is high, ball 1. 1-0 to Jackson. He'll be followed by Diaz. Michael Diaz doing the DHing tonight. Here's the next one to Jackson on 1-0, and there's a line drive, and it is into right field, a base hit. Well, Chris Jackson has the first hit for the Legends, and he is on at first base with 1 out, and it'll be Michael Diaz to the plate, batting .247, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. Diaz was a pinch hitter in the first game last night, 0 for 1, then played second base in the second game, went 0 for 3, average of .247. Jackson gets a lead at first. Diaz the hitter. And the first pitch. There's a strike call over the outside corner to Diaz. Lake County defense has DeGeorge at third, Sanchez at short, Thompson at second, and Recknagel at first. Abraham is the catcher, and the right-hander Salazar goes to the stretch, and the pitch to Diaz, a swing and a fly ball foul down the line toward curving foul and way out of play to the left side. Diaz to be followed by Pellegrini. Jackson on with a 1-out single, being held on by Recknagel at first base. Lake County outfield, Greenwell in left, Sid in the center, and Webb is the right fielder. Good crowd on hand tonight here at Applebee's Park. Fireworks ahead after this ball game. Here's the pitch, a ground ball foul. And celebrating the Bluegrass State games tonight. Nothing in 2 to Michael Diaz. Jackson with the lead at first. The pitch to Diaz. There's a fly ball to center. Sid is right there, and he makes the catch. Sid spells the last name C-I-D. Makes the catch on that one, and there are 2 outs now in the bottom of the first inning. Batter is Pellegrini.
The first baseman, Ryan Pellegrini.
Pellegrini last night hit his 14th home run of the year. Came in the 6th inning with nobody on. Legends were down by 2 at the time. Cut the lead to 1. Made it 3-2, but that's the way it ended last night. As Smith came on to get the save for Lake County, his 16th of the year, by pitching a scoreless 7th inning, even though the Legends did get a couple of men on. So Pellegrini bats here with a runner at first and 2 down. Pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. A little foul tip into the glove of the catcher, actually, and it's strike 1 to Pellegrini. 1 hit for the Legends. No hits so far for the captains. Chris Jackson, who singled with 1 out, is on at first base now with 2 outs. The stretch and the pitch, and Pellegrini looks at a ball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pellegrini batting .310 on the season with 14 home runs now and 39 runs batted in. Doing a good job defensively at first base. A lot of good scoops on low throws. Here's the pitch. It's over the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Umpires tonight: Chris Graham behind the plate, Eric Hill on the bases. 1 and 2 to Pellegrini with Jackson on at first and 2 down. He gets a lead over there. And Salazar takes a look, now goes to the stretch, and there goes Jackson, and the pitch gets away. Jackson a head first slide into second, and he is there with 2 outs as the ball retrieved by Abraham. Jackson gets credit for a stolen base, and the ball went back to the backstop, but Jackson was breaking on the pitch, so a stolen base for Jackson, and he is on at second. No wild pitch charge because Jackson was breaking anyway, and now Pellegrini bats with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now time is called, and a balk is called, and they're going to wave Jackson over to third base. And now Salazar talking to base umpire Eric Hill about what went wrong on that delivery as he was charged with the balk. Wasn't anything obvious to the casual observer, but the umpires made the call, and he is on at third now. Jackson is after the balk, advancing to third, and Pellegrini will be the batter now with 2 and 2 the count, and 2 outs and a runner at third. Now if one gets away, Jackson has a good chance of scoring the first run of this ball game. Here's the pitch to Pellegrini. It's inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Legends cleanup hitter with Settle waiting on deck. 3 and 2 the count. Jackson gets his lead in foul territory over at third as Pellegrini waits, and here's the 3-2. Swing and a ground ball to second. Fielded by Thompson. Throw to first in time, and that retires the side. The Legends do not score in the first.
Lexington Legends baseball.
No score as the Legends come up in the bottom half of the second inning. Beautiful night for baseball at Applebee's Park. The temperature in the low 80s and a good crowd on hand to enjoy it tonight. It's a fireworks night tonight. We're also celebrating the Bluegrass State games. More about that as the broadcast goes along, so stay with us tonight. Of course, plenty of baseball ahead too as the Legends and the Lake County Captains play in Game 3 of a 4-game series tonight here at Applebee's Park, and this series will conclude tomorrow night. And again, there'll be fireworks after the ball game tomorrow night. And then Hagerstown is in for 4. Faith and Family Night is actually Sunday afternoon at a 2:05 p.m. start as the series opens with the Sun. So come on out and enjoy some Legends baseball. Winding down as far as homestand opportunities. So come on out and see some Legends baseball as the season winds down here at Applebee's Park. There's a strike call to Eric Settle. Leading it off for the Legends in the top half of the second inning. Here's the pitch to Settle, a swing and a foul. Legends are in the third game of an 8-game homestand on this homestand, and then 2 more homestands left after that. Settle back in the box now with an 0-1 count, and here's the pitch. There's a swing and a fly ball, short right field, coming on as Webb. He's there now, and he's got it. 1 out in the second. Here is Albert Cartwright. Cartwright hitting .219 now with 5 home runs and 20 RBIs. One out in the second. The pitch to Cartwright. It's outside, ball 1. He'll be followed by Simonic. Base is empty and 1 down. Legends batting in the second inning of a scoreless game. The pitch outside. Cartwright, right-handed batter from Winter Haven, Florida. Chosen in the 36th round of the June 2007 draft. Pitch to him, misses. And it's a 3-ball, no-strike count to Cartwright. 3-0 the count. Cartwright waits, and here's the pitch from Salazar, and that one misses outside, and Cartwright is on with the base on balls. First walk given up by Salazar, and Simonik will come to the plate. We'll see how the Legends play it here with 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Tom Lawless runs through some signs down at third base.
Now batting the right fielder, Andy Simonik.
Simonik batting .258, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Stretch by Salazar, and the pitch. That one is high and outside, ball 1. Cartwright, the runner at first. Stolen 8 bases this year, been caught 3 times. Now pitcher and catcher confer as Abraham stands on the mound with Salazar.
Happy 15th birthday to Trinity Durham. Happy birthday, Trinity.
Now Abraham heads back behind the plate. Simonik back up there now, and 1-0 is the count. Salazar the stretch and the pitch, and it's low. 2 balls, no strikes to Andy Simonik. Again, a look down for the signs. Each team with 1 hit. Salazar a long look in, and now goes to the stretch. And he throws to first, and back safely is Cartwright, diving back in. Rick Nagel, the first baseman, asks Salazar to keep the ball down just a bit. It's at that stage of the evening. We mentioned it about as often as it happens, and that is if it's a sunny evening, it's tough for that first baseman to see the pickoff throw from the pitcher, just the angle of the sun at this time of the evening. Here's the pitch. That one is high and inside to Simonik. He turns away. 3 balls, no strikes. So a walk to Cartwright with 1 out. Now a 3-0 count on Simonik. Stretch by Salazar, and the pitch to Simonik, and that one's inside, ball 4, and Simonik is on, and Cartwright moves down to second.
There's another $10 donated to Big Brothers Big Sisters, courtesy of Raising Canes of Lexington.
So 1 out now. And Freddie Hernandez will be the hitter. The switch hitting catcher will bat left-handed.
Now batting the catcher, Enrico Hernandez.
The Legends got a run in that first game last night, an RBI on a bases loaded walk, and now the pitcher Salazar has walked 2 in this inning to give the Legends a threat going with Hernandez batting. First pitch to him as a strike call, 0-1 to Hernandez. Batting .223 on the season, 5 home runs, 26 RBIs. 2 men on for Lexington, just 1 out. Salazar looks in, taking his time with men on base, and too much time as far as Hernandez is concerned. He asks for time and gets it and steps back out. Here's the stretch by Salazar. Look at second and the pitch, and that one's inside. Nice grab by the catcher Abraham as he had to backhand that one that came in on the left-handed hitter Hernandez. Ball and a strike to him. Cartwright at second, Simonik at first for Lexington. Here's the stretch by Salazar. Again, a look at second. The pitch to Hernandez. It's hit in the air to right field, fairly deep. Webb is back there. And now the center fielder Sid comes over. He makes the catch. A tag at second, and advancing to third is Cartwright. Holding on at first was Simonik. So Cartwright is over at third now with 2 outs after the fly ball to center by Hernandez. Here is Jeff Hewlett now. Legends third baseman, 1 for 5 in 2 games with Lexington. Made his debut in the doubleheader last night. Hewlett 0 for 2 plus a base on balls in the first game, the one the Legends won. Second game won by Lake County. Hewlett played third base, went 1 for 3 in the game, had an RBI. So Hewlett with another RBI opportunity right now. And the stretch by Salazar. And the pitch to Hewlett, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Nothing in 1, the count to Hewlett. Hewlett bats with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. No score in the game. Runners at first and third for Lexington. The pitch to Hewlett. It is outside. Missed the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hewlett. Came up to the Legends from Tri-City. Son of former big leaguer Tim Hewlett. His brother Tug Hewlett has also seen major league service with the Kansas City Royals. Here's the stretch now by Salazar and the pitch. And Hewlett takes a strike over the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Hewlett. Pitch came in at 90 miles an hour from Salazar. So 2 outs, 2 strikes and a ball, the count to Hewlett. Cartwright at third. Semenick at first for Lexington. Legends trying to break out on top. Here's the fake to third and another fake to first. Runners retreat. No throw made. Still a ball and 2 strikes to Jeff Hewlett. Legends fans wanting that base hit that would bring in the first run of the ball game. Making some noise now. The pitch to Hewlett, line foul down the line in right and into the Legends bullpen. Scatters the players down there and then bounces out onto the field where the right fielder Webb retrieves it. So back to third is Cartwright. Back to first is Semenick, and 1 ball and 2 strikes remains the count to Jeff Hewlett. Defense straight away and fairly deep for Hewlett. Here's the stretch by Salazar. A throw to first, and Semenick is back, diving in with the right hand. Hewlett stands back in now. He is ready to go, and here is Salazar to the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch coming, and that one misses the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jeff Hewlett. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. 7:05 is the start time. NFL night tomorrow night, which should be a lot of fun. Here comes the 2-2, and the runner goes from first. There's a ground ball off the pitcher's glove, picked up by the second baseman Thompson right at the bag, steps on the bag for the force play, and that retires the side. And struck out 3 through the first 5 innings. Jay Austin bats. He is 0 for 2 tonight. And he will lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th against Salazar. Top of the order, Austin, Jackson, and Diaz to face the right-hander. Into the wind and the pitch, and that one is low, goes all the way back to the screen. 1 ball, no strikes to Austin. 1 homer, 26 RBIs for Jay Austin this year. Got that home run in Augusta. The pitch, swing and a ground ball to first. Fielded by Recknagel, steps on the bag, and there's 1 out.
Now batting for your Legends, the shortstop.
Chris Jackson comes up. The only Lexington hit belongs to Jackson. 1 for 2 tonight. Average at 200 in limited time with the Legends. Chris Jackson, of course, spent some time here in Lexington last year. This is his 12th game with the Legends in 2009. A swing and a looping fly ball down the line in right, and it is a foul ball. Foul by a couple of feet and spins into the Lexington bullpen. 0-1 to Chris Jackson. Diaz on deck. The Legends trying to get something going against Salazar, but no success so far. And he has retired now the last 12 in a row, going back to a walk to Semenick back in the second inning. Pitch to Jackson is a strike called. Jackson thought that was low and asked plate umpire Chris Graham about it. It's 0-2 to Jackson. And here comes the pitch from Salazar. A swing and a ground ball, slowly hit toward third to George Fields, and fires and got him. 2 down. So DeGeorge has had a good defensive series at third base for Lake County. Made a nice play on that one. It wasn't hit very hard. High bouncing ball. He charged it through on the run and got Jackson for the second out. Diaz is the batter now. And Diaz is 0 for 2 tonight. Fly to center and struck out. Salazar winds and pitches, and it's outside, ball 1, high and outside. Salazar 6'1", 175 pounds. Just turned 19 in January. The pitch, a smash on one hop, fielded by Recknagel, steps on the bag, and that retires the side. So the Legends go in order in the 6th, and at the end of 6th, the score brought to you by Fork Bank. It is Lake County 3 and Lexington nothing. This is the Legends Radio Network. Welcome back to Legends Baseball. We go into the bottom of the 7th inning. Legends trail it 5-0. Brian Pellegrini will lead it off for the Legends, and we're pleased to have a very special guest with us in the booth tonight. We've been mentioning that it's the celebration of Bluegrass State Games, and of course Subway is one of the sponsoring organizations, and of course you know Subway's representative is Jared Fogle, known to everyone as the Subway guy, and he is here with us in the booth tonight. Welcome, Jared.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you with us tonight, and of course your appearance is in connection with the Bluegrass State Games, which have really become just a wonderful event here in Kentucky as Pellegrini takes a ball inside, ball 1, and I'm sure you've gotten to be acquainted with the event somewhat during your visit here to Kentucky. Is that right?
It's been great. You know, we've had a lot of fun. The Bluegrass State Games has been wonderful. This is my second year here at Legends Field, getting to throw out one of the first pitches and just having a blast.
2-0 the count to Pellegrini now, and of course Jared has been the Subway spokesperson since 2000, right? There's the first commercial appearance.
Yeah, first commercial came out in 2000, and then, you know, sort of just took off from there. And I was just a college kid. I sort of went to the other side of the tracks. I'm from Indiana University, so can't say that too loudly here, but it's been a great ride.
3-0 the count to Pellegrini. And tell me a little bit about what you've learned about the Bluegrass State Games and your impressions.
Well, it's a great event. You know, obviously I wish this could be replicated around the country. It brings Kentuckians from all over the state together to be part of just a great event, and you know, there's over 30 sports involved, and obviously Subway's happy to be a presenting sponsor this year, and most of it takes place here in Central Kentucky.
Brian Pellegrini draws a walk, and he's on at first base to lead it off for the Legends in the bottom of the 7th. We're talking with Jared Fogle, the Subway spokesman, known, of course, as the Subway guy to everybody, and appears in the commercials and has now for the past 9 years, and going on 10 very rapidly here, and is in Kentucky with connection with the Bluegrass State Games. As Eric Suttle bats, first pitch to him is a strike call. Pellegrini on at first after drawing the walk as the Legends try to get something going in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And of course, your story is about one of adopting a healthy lifestyle and a diet, and lost a lot of weight. And of course, that's a nice connection with the physical activity offered by the Bluegrass State Games, which allows so many people to participate in something that promotes good health.
It really is. You know, and unfortunately, the state of Kentucky still has one of the highest levels of sedentary lifestyle in the country. So the fact that the Bluegrass State Games are offered here is just phenomenal. Really encourages the community to get together to have fun, be competitive, and really develop that healthy lifestyle. And obviously, I'll be helping to kick off tomorrow morning the 5K run walk, and hopefully we'll have a record turnout, and the weather will be decent at least till early in the day tomorrow, and we'll get our walk and run in. 2-1 the count to Eric Suttle. We're talking with Jared Fogle from the Subway spokesperson, and of course in connection with the Bluegrass State Games, which we are celebrating here tonight at Applebee's Park as part of the festivities here as the Legends take on the Lake County Captains. Eric Suttle batting with a 3-1 count now. Pellegrini has walked to
lead off the inning. The home team down here 5-0 as they bat in the last half of the 7th inning. 30 different sports offered by the Bluegrass State Games, so that offers nearly everybody a chance to participate in something.
It really does. Everything from, as I said, running and walking to bowling to equestrian activities to swimming and dance and you name it. So ages anywhere from 2 to I think 86. So it really does represent the whole spectrum, and it's exciting. This is the 25th anniversary for the Bluegrass State Games, and it continues to grow and grow every year.
Strike 2 to Stuttle now as it's a 3-2 count, and Governor Martha Lane Collins, who of course was the founder of the Bluegrass State Games when she was the governor back in the mid-'80s, was here tonight to throw out a first pitch as well. I assume you got to meet the governor.
I did. I've gotten to do some public service announcements with her the last couple of years actually, and I think her pitch actually outdid mine. So
here's a fly ball hit by Stuttle, fairly deep center field, but Sid is there and he makes the catch, and Pellegrini retreats the first, and that's the first out. In the bottom of the 7th inning, the Legends with a runner on first, trailing 5-0. Talking about the Bluegrass State Games, and it's amazing that we've reached 25 years. I'm sure it doesn't seem like 10 years since you've been doing the subway messages, but 25 years for this event, and I've seen it grow, and it really is just a remarkable story.
Well, I think everybody here in Kentucky should be very proud. There's not really any other state that I could think of that has something similar to it. It is like a mini Olympics in a way, and it happens every summer here, especially mostly here in Central Kentucky, but all over the state. And hopefully, if you're not involved this year, next year you'll be able to get involved. It's easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a lot of fun.
Swinging a foul by Albert Cartwright. 0-1 to him. He has walked tonight and fly to right. Bats here in the bottom of the 7th inning with the Legends down 5-0. And Pellegrini, who led off the inning with a walk, is on at first base now with one out. Salazar has gone all the way for Lake County tonight. The pitch and a swing and a foul tip into the screen. 0-2 the count. Do you find the reception is very positive for the Bluegrass State Games as you meet people and talk about it?
It's been great. People really relate to it. As I said, everybody could participate, and it was nice to go through the stands here and meet a lot of the folks that came out to Legends Park tonight, and having a lot of fun.
Here's a ground ball to short, backhanded by Sanchez. Throw to second in time. That's the only play they'll have. A nice play by Sanchez as he went into the hole and made the flip to second for the second out of the inning. Jared Fogle, a Subway guy, is from Indianapolis, and as you mentioned, Indiana University graduate, and Hoosier, pardon the expression, but who's your baseball team? Who's the team that you follow?
I follow the Reds big time. My great uncle actually had very, very good seats to the Reds for many, many years when I was a kid growing up in the 80s, so got pretty spoiled with those. Of course, that was the Marge Schott era and whatnot, and got to know the dog Shotzi pretty well. Right. And just had a lot of fun,
That was during the Riverfront Stadium era. Here's Andy Semenuk, the batter, and he takes the strike. 0-1. 2 outs. A runner at first for Lexington as Cartwright is over there now following the forced play. Semenuk 0 for 1 plus a walk. Here is the pitch, and that one gets away, and down to second goes Cartwright. That'll be a wild pitch charged to the pitcher Salazar, so a runner in scoring position now with 2 out. And you mentioned, Jared, the appearance tomorrow is part of the continuing kickoff of the Bluegrass State Games. What else do you have going on while you're in Kentucky?
Tonight after the game is over, we're going to have a firework display here at the ballpark, and we're actually going to light the cauldron. It's going to be it's going to signify the official start of the games. The flame has been run in from Frankfurt. We lit it on the state capitol today, and it's on its way here as we speak.
Here's a ground ball to short, fielded by Sanchez. The throw to first, and that's the inning. The Legends are scoreless in the 7th. It's still 5-0. The score brought to you by Fork Bank. Jared Fogle, the Subway spokesman, has been with us, and we're talking about the Bluegrass State Games, and we encourage you to take part and volunteer and take part in any way you can, because it's a wonderful event. Jared, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Have a good night. Take care.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your night at the ballpark, and we'll be right back with the top of the 8th in just a moment. It's 5-0 Lake County, and this is the Legends Radio Network.